The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz is a spiritual and self help book that draws upon ancient Toltec wisdom to offer a code of conduct for personal freedom and happiness. The book was first published in 1997 and gained immense popularity after being endorsed by Oprah Winfrey on the Oprah Winfrey Show. The book was also on the New York Times bestseller list for over a decade. The author starts by explaining how we are all domesticated. He says we are born with the potential to dream, and humans who live before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. And the outside dream has so many rules that when a child is born, we hook the child's attention and introduce society's rules into the child's mind. The outside dream uses mom, dad, the schools, and religion to teach us how to dream. When the child surrenders to the society's dreams, he is rewarded. The reward feels good, and we keep doing what others want us to do in order to get the reward. We start pretending to be what we are not just to please others. All our normal tendencies are lost, and eventually we become someone we are not. The author calls this process the domestication of humans. Every human has his or her own personal dream, but if it is often ruled by fear. We have learned to live our lives trying to satisfy other people's demands and live by other people's point of view. We harbor the fear of not being accepted and not being good enough. We try to hide ourselves and pretend to be someone we are really not. The result is we wear social masks and we feel unauthentic. We dishonor ourselves to please other people. But if you have to find fulfillment, you have to find the courage to break those agreements that are fear based and reclaim your own personal power. This book presents four agreements or principles that, when practiced, can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life by creating the power to change your old beliefs and patterns and adopt new ones. The author says that you express your creative power through the use of the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will be manifested through the word. But the word is a double edged sword. You can create the most beautiful world around you, or you can destroy everything around you. Most often, our words are used to spread our personal poison, to express anger, jealousy, hatred, and envy. Being impeccable with your word is the correct use of your energy, as it allows you to express your energy in a positive direction. If we adopt the first agreement and become impeccable with our word, any emotional poison will be cleaned from our mind and from our relationships. When you become impeccable with the word, the author says your mind is no longer a fertile ground for words of negativity. The second agreement is to not take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. You take things personally because you agree with whatever was said. As soon as you agree, the poison goes through you and you're trapped. We think we're responsible for everything. Nothing other people do is because of you, it's because of themselves. Even when a situation seems personal, even if others insult you directly, it really has nothing to do with you. What they say, what they do, and the opinions they give are according to the agreements they have made in their own minds. Their point of view comes from all the programming they received during domestication. You eat all their emotional garbage, and now it becomes your garbage. Others are going to have their own opinion according to their own belief system. So nothing they think about you is about you, but rather it is about them. As you make a habit of not taking anything personally, you won't need to place your trust in what others do or say. You will only need to trust yourself to make responsible choices. When you truly understand that and refuse to take things personally, you can hardly be hurt by careless comments or actions of others. This agreement encourages you to maintain your emotional well being and self esteem by not internalizing external judgments. The third agreement is to not make assumptions. We have a tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we start to believe that it is the truth. We make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking, and we tend to take it personally. A lot of sadness and drama in our lives is rooted in making assumptions. Um, Moreover, we are afraid to ask for clarification. We simply make the assumption that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think the way we think and feel. If you don't understand something, it is better for you to ask and be clear instead of making an assumption and staying with it. The fourth agreement is to always do your best. The author says, under any circumstances, always do your best. Doing your best is taking action because you love it, not because you're expecting a reward. And doing your best may vary from day to day. But the key is to consistently put your best effort because when you always do your best, you can find satisfaction in your actions regardless of the outcome. The author mentions the example of the story of Forrest Gump. He didn't have great ideas, but he took action. He was happy because he always did his best at whatever he did. The author says that if you're impeccable with your word, if you don't take things personally, if you don't make assumptions, and if you always do your best, then you are going to live a beautiful life. The book made me reflect on my own life learning. It's taken me nearly a lifetime to understand my true nature. I've often caught myself not being able to align with what others think or expect of me. And yet, on many occasions, I've let go of how I would have wanted things to be and aligned to what was expected of me in spite of all the inner conflicts. The book also made me reflect on how I tried to make my own children fit into my definition of what perfect children should be and what they should do, only to realize much later in life that they were unique individuals with unique talents and dreams and deserved to lead their own lives. But it took me a long time to realize this, and as they say, wisdom is always in hindsight. Two agreements truly resonated with my own life lessons. The first one was about not taking things personally. How often have I, in my younger days, spent feeling hurt about something somebody said? It is only much later in life that I realized that actually it wasn't about me at all. The second one is about always doing your best. I've realized that in difficult situations, not much is in our hands, but what matters is that I'm putting my best effort, keeping a positive attitude, and doing things for the maximum good. Finally, a person's life is determined by the agreements that they have made with themselves. Tell us which of these agreements resonated the most with you.
For more such content, like, share, and subscribe to Wisdom Stories Unlimited.